Hi everybody, Kevin at Cobalt Glass and Custom Works. Hi, today I was just going to show quickly here how I make up the copper tubing stems for my flowers. I have the Fused Glass Flowers book from Creative Paradise. I've made some lilies and I've done some of the sunflowers. And then what I do is I put them on a copper tube stem. So in here there are patterns. You can follow the patterns, cut them to size, and place them in the kiln and fire them. So what I've done is I have a pattern for my lilies. I have three of those, and 6 of those. So then in the book it tells you how to lay everything out, and then you fuse them once on a contour fuse, and this is how they look. And then you will drape it, balance that, and then you will drape it on the draping mold to get the shape of the lilies. I have a hole in the center of this one here. So basically what I do is once I have this fired and it's cooled to room temperature, I'll get on my safety gear and everything, and then what I'll do is I'll put this in water. I'll find the center and I'll drill a hole through there with my Dremel and a diamond bit, and then when I fire it, there's a small hole in the top of the mold as well, and then it'll drape, so any of the air will come out through there. And also it kind of creates a hole for the center, because later on it's kind of hard to drill that out. But I still will ream that hole slightly. I'll keep it cool, and we'll make that hole a little bit larger to fit our number 6 screws. So once that's all done, then what I'll do is I'll take some strips of tinned wire, and I'll either solder on some little tips here, and then I'll wrap it around the screw, and I'll put a little rubber washer on the bottom, and then I'll patina it black with black patina from stained glass. And then that will drop through that hole, and it creates the illusion of a flower. So then what we need to do is we need to create the copper tubing, cut it to size. It's flexible, it's like a waterline, so you can, this is just a scrap piece, but you can bend it and shape it however you want. So but the idea now is to get one of these wall anchors inside so that we can put the screw in there and it'll hold it. I'll grab a hammer, I'll be right back. You always forget something when you're making a video. So yeah, this is the 20 gauge wire I use, and it's just a tin stained glass wire that I'll cut it probably about 3 or 4 inches long, and then I'll just wrap it around the screw a couple times, and I'll make 3 or 4, 5, depending on how many I want in there. And then the rubber washers are just little plumbing washers that you can buy from the hardware store. And there's different sizes you can get, and different thicknesses. But basically what I do is I will take a knife and I'll just kind of taper all the way around, so it kind of takes a little bit more of the shape of the bottom, so it's not square, it's kind of tapered. It might be hard to see. So what we're going to do, this is, like I say, flexible copper waterline, 1/4 inch, and it should take a number 6 anchor. It'll be a 4 to 6 anchor, number 4 to number 6, and it will go into the end here. But what we need to do is we need to cut our piece of pipe to size. So measure it out. This is just a little tubing pipe cutter. You can use a hacksaw if you want. If you do use one of these, what it does is it will actually kind of compress and make almost like an inside flare. So you can see how the material is kind of rolled inside. So I'll just cut a little scrap piece here just to kind of give you an idea. So you tighten it down, you'll roll it around a couple turns, and you'll tighten it down a little more, and roll it around, and then we'll tighten it down, and just keep going until it comes off of there. So there we have it. We have our piece of tubing. Now, get these on. So what we have, like I said, is that flare inside. So what I usually do is I'll take a Phillips head screwdriver and I'll just kind of ream that out somewhat. And it'll kind of slightly flare that outside now a bit. And then I'll take a little flathead screwdriver, and it's tapered as well, you can see. And then I'll just take and kind of ream that out a bit, and it'll slightly flare that just a little bit. You can see there's some bits of copper flying around there. And these anchors are a little bit wider at the top too. And they have that little bit of a lip on there. So you'll kind of feel like there's some resistance there. So you may need to kind of work that a little bit more. There you go. And it doesn't hurt to kind of, sorry, give it a little bit of a, there. So now that is from that rounded internal flare, that's opened up. So now, if we've done this right, should be able to get that anchor in there. And sometimes they go nice, and other times they kind of bend, like so. So we'll just take that out, and then we'll kind of work that a little bit more. And there's some anchors, depending on which brand you get. Some are softer and some are a little bit firmer. There we go. It's a lot easier with a longer piece because then you can kind of stand it up or whatever you need to do. But you can kind of see how this is sort of flared out a little bit. And then if you want, I usually leave this on here because then that way it acts as a bit of a washer on the back. You can choose to take a black marker and color it, or you can cut that off and put a larger washer on the back side there. Whatever works best for you. So then what we're going to do is we're going to take our washer and our screw set up. I'm going to put that down inside there. And then we're just going to get this started. And then we'll grab our other screwdriver here. And then we will tighten that down. And you don't want to over tighten it. You just get it nice and snug so that it's not really spinning too much. Pardon me, I have the camera pretty close. And just kind of tweak it till you're happy with how tight it is. And there you go. And then if you have the mold for making leaves, or if you make your own freeze and fuse leaves or however, and you leave a wire in there, then you can put the wire on here and wrap it around a few times, and then you have a leaf. So hopefully that helps. If you do have larger ones, like I do make the sunflower ones, and they get pretty top heavy, like they want to fall. So if you kind of bend this a little bit to kind of make it sort of balance, however you decide you want to display that in a vase, or just stick it straight into a flower in the house, whatever works for you. So hopefully that helps, and if you have any questions or comments, please let me know, and if you're happy with the videos, please like and subscribe, and thank you very much. Have a great day.